Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are stepping way out of the ordinary and plunging straight into the thrilling, bizarre, and honestly kinda terrifying reality of nature's true apex abilities. Look, if you think the most fascinating creatures only exist on movie screens or in the pages of graphic novels, you need to prepare to have your perspective entirely shattered. We're looking at animals with biological traits so incredibly overpowered, they literally sound like science fiction.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to completely forget about comic books, radioactive spiders, and secret government labs for a moment. What if I told you that the most terrifyingly awesome capabilities aren't fiction at all? They're currently swimming, crawling, and hunting in the natural world right now. It's true. Evolution has engineered biological weapons and survival mechanisms that put our wildest imaginations to absolute shame.
To truly grasp the magnitude of these abilities, we're going to structure this explainer as a suspenseful escalation. We are completely omitting the mundane today. Instead, we're counting down through a tiered ranking of biological superpowers. We're going to start with the merely strange, escalate to the shocking, and finally, arrive at a creature whose sheer power is absolutely undeniably unbelievable.
Number 1. The Master of Regeneration, the strange case of the axolotl.
Our countdown begins with a creature whose ability human medical science literally spends billions trying to replicate. The axolotl, also known as the Mexican walking fish, though it's actually an amphibian, exists in an eternal larva state, granting it a form of biological immortality. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why the axolotl is a medical marvel. Think about it. When human beings suffer severe trauma, our bodies rush to patch the wound, right? And that results in inflexible scar tissue and permanently lost function. The axolotl? It basically just hits a biological reset button. It perfectly regenerates lost limbs, parts of its brain, its spinal cord, and even its heart, all without a single trace of scarring. It is a flawless reconstruction, pixel by perfect pixel.
Number 2. The living power plant. Shocking biological electricity. We're moving from miraculous survival traits to offensive, weaponized biology. Enter the electric eel, a knife fish that has evolved into a highly specialized, deeply lethal, living power plant. I just want to let that number sink in for a second. 600. That is the massive, staggering number of volts an electric eel can discharge in a single strike. To put that in perspective, a standard US wall outlet carries 120 volts. This animal is swimming around carrying 5 times that voltage, weaponizing biological electricity into a dangerous, high-powered blast that can drop a full-grown horse in its tracks.
So the crucial point is understanding exactly how this living power plant operates in the wild. Step 1, it navigates the murky, dark waters of the Amazon using a low-voltage radar system. Step 2, once those weak electric fields detect prey, the eel locks on. Step 3, it flips the biological switch, utilizing specialized organs taking up most of its body to unleash that 600-volt current, instantly paralyzing its target. It is a calculated electric execution.
Number 3. The sonic sniper, the acoustic predator of the sea. All right, we are leaving the merely shocking behind and officially entering the insane tier of our countdown. Meet the pistol shrimp. At barely 2 inches long, you wouldn't think this tiny crustacean belongs on a list of overpowered creatures, but it doesn't fight with claws or poison. It has literally weaponized the physics of sound itself. When this tiny guy snaps its specially designed, oversized claws shut, it moves so incredibly fast that it vaporizes the water around it, creating what is known as a cavitation bubble. When the surrounding water pressure crushes this vacuum bubble, it violently collapses. The resulting implosion produces a lethal biological shockwave.
But wait, it gets even crazier, because when that bubble collapses, it doesn't just create sound. For a fraction of a millisecond, the implosion generates temperatures reaching an astounding 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, you heard that correctly. This tiny 2-inch shrimp creates a localized underwater inferno that approaches the heat of the surface of the actual sun. No way, right?
Let's move to and see how this builds into the ultimate attack. When you combine the concussive force of the collapsing bubble with that flash of 8,000-degree heat, the result is an acoustic blast clocking in at over 200 decibels. That is way louder than a gunshot. This sonic sniper shot instantly stuns and often outright kills passing fish or crabs before they even know what hit them.
Number 4. The ultimate brawler, the unbelievable apex of evolution.
We have finally arrived at the unbelievable apex of our countdown. Look, if the axolotl is the healer, the eel is the electromage, and the pistol shrimp is the sniper, then the mantis shrimp is the ultimate unstoppable brawler. This creature is biologically overpowered. It possesses specialized, spring-loaded appendages designed for one thing: blunt force trauma. When it unleashes its sovereign strike punch, those clubs accelerate through the water at the exact same speed as a .22 caliber bullet, exiting a rifle. The sheer impact is so devastating it boils the water around the strike, easily smashing open clamshells, crab armor, and occasionally even the glass of aquarium tanks.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that the mantis shrimp isn't just a blind brawler, it actually possesses the most complex visual system ever discovered in the animal kingdom. While humans navigate the world using just 3 color-receptive cones in our eyes, the mantis shrimp boasts up to 16. They can see polarized light, they can see ultraviolet light. They are literally observing a kaleidoscopic technicolor universe of wavelengths that our human brains are simply incapable of comprehending.
Number 5. Real-life superheroes. The countdown concludes.
From biological immortality and living electrical grids to underwater solar flares and bullet-speed punches guided by multidimensional vision, we've traced a path to the absolute apex of the unbelievable. And it leads us inevitably to this single, staggering realization: nature doesn't need superheroes. It already made them. The abilities we dream up in our wildest fiction absolutely pale in comparison to the terrifying, magnificent, and undeniable reality engineered by millions of years of evolution.
Now, because I know these abilities sound entirely fake, I want to leave you with the absolute scientific reality behind them. Here are the exact sources we use to craft this explainer, drawing directly from Britannica, the San Diego Zoo, and the Smithsonian. I highly encourage you to go visit these sites and explore the unbelievable truth for yourselves. Thank you for learning with us today. Keep your eyes open because the real superpowers are out there, swimming right below the surface. So what other impossible things is nature hiding right in plain sight?